you lovely lot, and welcome to another whiskey review with me, the Whiskey Novice. Thank you for joining me. Review number 229, and we return to Scotland with a blended Scotch, Maclean's Nose. The much talked about Maclean's Nose. It would appear that for a while there, and I'm sort of late to the party as usual. Everybody seemed to be talking about Maclean's Nose. What is Maclean's Nose? As a whiskey, it's a blended Scotch from Adelphi on the west coast. And what it is a blended Scotch, and I'm going to tell you what it's a blend of, but I'm going to use my trusty friend here, my little phone here, just to tell you what it is, because I couldn't remember all of the components, and I'm not going to go into breaking it down completely, but what it is a blend of ex-bourbon malt from the West Highlands, dated 2018, ex-sherry hogshead malt from the West Highlands, dated 2018, ex-bourbon malt from Campbelltown, from 2016, and ex-bourbon hogshead grain from the Lowlands from 2017, and it's a 70-30 malt to grain ratio in this one. So it's a good old-fashioned blended Scotch as we know it, and it's good to see blended Scotches back. And it's not only good to see blended Scotches back, but it's good to see blended Scotches back at an affordable price, but of a high quality. This one bottled at 46%, non-chill filtered, no colour added. Where does it get the name Maclean's Nose? Well, Maclean's Nose is a feature of the west coast up around Ardnamurchan there. It's like an outcrop, and there's also a nod to Charlie Maclean, the great whiskey writer, in here as well. I'm going to get stuck into this because I'm looking forward to it. Let's go. I actually get a sort of earthy orange zest, almost dirty, savoury, but at the same time sweet, slightly overripe fruit note off this. That was an awful lot in one go, but I mean, I'm basing this on memories of it as well. It's not really the fresh fruit, clean, sharp thing. Remembering, as I said, it's malt heavy. So generally I find that if in a blend, the grain elements are going to bring the sweet end of things. So in this case, it's more of that slightly overripe fruit, I would suggest. And there's other things going on there. Chocolate, I get quite a strong chocolate note in this. And herb, yep, there's actually a very herbal note in there. Is it rosemary? I think it's rosemary I'm getting in that. Dried fruit, sultana, raisin, and even a hint of leather. Lot going on. This is a well-made blend, and I'm going to go straight in and tell you that it's a well-made blend. There's a reason we're all talking about it. It's a softer than expected. Sweet, sour, salty, definitely slightly salty arrival. Good thick palate. Really well balanced. Those slightly overripe fruits in there again. There's also a slight tannic, I'm going to say bitterness around the back of it, but it works. It works with what's going on here. Actually, I would suggest that those sweet, sharper, slightly more tannic notes are actually maybe coming from the grain element of it. Very, very well rounded, very well balanced whiskey. I would suggest that practically everything that I suggested in the nose carries over into the palate. Very drinkable. Very Moorish. Inoffensive. with a relatively medium to short length of finish, which is slightly metallic, slightly sweet, but once again, an offensive bit of a fly through there. Don't want to dwell on that too long for the simple fact that I know, to me anyway, that this actually gets better with a drop of water. It's good anyway, but just that drop of water, I think, just improves it, moves things along slightly. And here's the kicker with this one. Here's what makes this this is £33 a bottle, certainly what I paid for it anyway. And I'm going to come right out and say it again. I think this, to me, is what Scotch whiskey used to be. And I know that's maybe a bit of a flea, but it's a good, very good even, quality blend. In that it's just got what it's got going on in there, what it should have. And it's a blend for enthusiasts. So it's 46%, non-chill filtered, no colour added. Yes, that's what we like to see. Tick, tick, tick. It's flavoursome. Thank you. It's affordable. Brilliant. What's not to like? Sweeter, fresher notes come through once you add that drop of water. That's why I said I thought, to me personally, it improves slightly with a drop of water. I said it was a balanced whiskey anyway. I think it's an even more balanced, if that makes sense, whiskey with the addition of a drop of water. It just brings out fresher notes. That I said about orange, it's fresh, sliced, fresh cut orange zest. Bright. Those wee herbal notes are hanging around the background. Very, very tasty and appetizing. And so easy to drink. So palatable. Once again, this is just mellow. It's all about mellow, I would suggest. I recently talked about the miraculous Elijah Craig and how there was very little heat with it. And this is much the same. It's just so well balanced from start to finish. I remember my first experience of this. I can't remember where I was, but I had a dram of it and thinking, I don't get the fuss. I don't know what people are talking about. It's all right. Literally, it was all right. But having spent more time with it, I understand why people were enjoying it. Take that price into account. Take the quality that's on display into account. And you've got a good, very good, excellent, well-produced, all-rounder whiskey. This should almost please everyone. I would struggle to understand why it wouldn't please you, to be honest. Definitely lovely and bright, but there's even a dirtiness about that palate. And just very, very well done. Well done, Adelphi. Okay, so well then, what would I suggest as an alternative? Well, it's a bit of a cop-out, really. I struggled to think of something that would be coming in the blends that would be of this quality. And your entry-level blends from anybody. No, there's nothing. I cannot think of anything really that touches upon this. You could probably look to the Thompson brothers, the likes of the SRV5 as a good alternative as well, would be a good one for this. But the one I'm going to offer up just to me, and it's a bit of a cop-out, it's a good alternative, Campbeltown Lock, a blended malt from Campbeltown. Once again, very affordable, maybe not as available, accessible as the Maclean's nose, but certainly getting there. Campbeltown Lock certainly getting there, certainly becoming easier to get, I think. So both of them very good, very balanced, very approachable and affordable. A blended Scotch. I mean, this Maclean's Nose. So there you go. Campbeltown Lock is my what I would offer up to you. Maclean's Nose. We don't see. I hear it on almost a daily basis. I want a single malt. It has to be a single malt. And I'm going, why must it be a single malt? Why are you so damn definite that you have to have single malt when there are blends like this in the market? And I'm not just talking Scotland, Ireland, I'm everywhere. I would love to see, because of the addition of that, because of the addition of that grain whiskey, you're bringing your price down. The grain doesn't have to be of an incredible quality if the malt holds up its end. And you could even, I'm convinced, take a second-rate malt, blend it with a decent enough grain, and get a good blend out of it. So to me, there's a craftsmanship in blends that is almost being lost to the entry level. As an enthusiast, we don't care about blends. As an enthusiast, I care about this blend. I care about Maclean's Nose. It's been made for me. It's been made for us. It's been made for you. And as I said earlier, fair play to Adelphi. So there you go. I don't think I can say an awful lot more than that. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you incredibly much to my patrons. Oh, I was lost for words there. Should anybody wish to join that group, the details are in the video description below. I'll be back the next time with something probably different. Until then, look after yourselves. Here's to your good health. Cheers.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please click and subscribe to be notified of further content.